Cornel West is running for president. And at first I was like, oh, Pog, nice. Love Cornel West. And then I was like, what is he running on? Wait, what? Oh, hell no. Yeah. It's like one of those, it's a 1-2 punch. You know what I mean? At first you're like, oh, sick, Cornel West. Like, great. Maybe he'll get on the debate stage or whatever. And then you're like, wait, what? He's running on what campaign? What party? Oh, no.
In these bleak times, I have decided to run for truth and justice, which takes the form of running for president of the United States as a candidate for the People's Party. I enter into quest for truth.
No!
I enter into quest for justice. And
I'm fucking Bryan Cranston in the car going, no, don't do it. Professor West, don't do it.
Presidency is just one vehicle to pursue that truth and justice, what I've been trying to do all of my life. I come from a tradition where I care about you. I care about the quality of your life. I care about whether you have access to a job with a living wage, decent housing, women having control over their bodies, health care for all, de-escalating the destruction of the planet, the destruction of American democracy. Democracy creates disruption. It creates an eruption. It creates an interruption. Wide from below, the energies of everyday people manifest.
Yeah.
And I know there are precious people in your life who you care for. That's why it's important for you to be involved, important for you to participate. I'm not talking about hating anybody.
I think one of the craziest parts about this is that, like, this does nothing for Cornel West's, like, chances of actually running for president. And it does more for, like, it does more for the People's Party, like the Jimmy Dore third party. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know enough about them. I just know that, like, it's kooky shit, okay? Make no mistake, Dan Rather says, if Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. were alive today, he would be stigmatized as woke and attacked accordingly. The People's Party quote tweets it and says, no, MLK's words were the opposite of woke. Rather, if he were alive today, he'd be stigmatized, smeared, and canceled by the woke mob. Love Cornel was running for president. Hate him, lending credibility to a horrible, disorganized, grifter-led organization that is not an actual political party and does not have the leadership or infrastructure to get wide-scale ballot access, go green or independent. Yeah, like, low-key, they make the Green Party look viable. People who menstruate, seriously? Sounds like the NPR wants to cancel women. Free promo tour for the next 16 months. He's trying to get another book deal. No, the irony is that, like, it's less about that. It's not going to work that way. Okay? It's not going to work that way, and it's instead going to just, like, give clout to the fucking People's Party, and people will turn around and go, oh, man, what are those guys? Well, I like Cornel West, and I like the ideas that he's presenting. Let's go fucking, I don't know. This People's Party sounds good, and it will just, like, elevate the People's Party. That's it.
We're talking about loving. We're talking about affirming. We're talking about empowering those who have been pushed to the margins, because neither political party wants to tell the truth about Wall Street, about Ukraine, about the Pentagon, about big.
He has a proximity to these, like, alt-left gray zone kooks that bitch about you having a house and shit on the general strike summit. Wait, what? Gray zone people are not like the People's Party people, unless you're talking about, like, the anti-vaxxer ones. I don't think a lot of the other gray zone people hate me, or old gray zone people, and like PSL Andes. I don't think they hate me at all. As a matter of fact, it's just like you're talking about like maybe Max Blumenthal possibly, but he's like a fucking anti-vaxxer psycho. Yeah. It's basically just Max Blumenthal. He's turned into an island of his own who is like just a straight. I mean, the vaccine stuff broke his brain completely. The perfect candidate for the 40 remaining people who still think Tim Pool's a centrist? No, these guys won't vote for that guy. They'll vote for the No Labels Party.
Tech. Neo-fascists like Brother Trump or milquetoast neoliberals like Brother Biden. Wow. Well, I'm so happy to make a world-shaking decision. You know what I mean?
Well, I know gangsters when I see them. And gangster's not a subjective expression. It's an objective condition. Do we have what it takes? We shall see. But some of us are going to go down fighting, go down swinging with style and a smile, accenting the best in you and trying to tease out the best in me. Let's do it together.
So, Cornel West is dope. I mean, he's great. He's a little bit crazy, obviously. He's an academic. But, overall, great dude, great communicator, solid. And now I guess he's just running third party on the People's Party, which is, as far as I understand, does this guy pose Biden enough of a threat to get Trump reelected? I don't like that reflexively the first thing you guys go to is like, oh, what about Biden's chances, okay? Like, fuck Joseph Robinette Biden, okay? He can suck my dick, okay? Shut the fuck up about Joseph Biden. Why is it that your immediate thing is like, oh, no, it's going to hurt Biden's chances? Like, shut up. We're not talking about that right now, okay? Because, like, if he ran in the Democratic Party primary, then this would be a very different conversation that we'd be having. Okay? Obviously, I don't think he ever would be able to, but God damn it. Oh no, what about Biden's chances? Like, don't worry about that. Why is everyone announcing now? I mean, the People's Party is like one of those. The People's Party is like led by grifters for the most part. All of the fucking weird, we're gonna force the vote guys join the People's Party. This is a great example. Okay. The Libertarian Party and the People's Party threw together a Rage Against the War Machine rally. They worked with the Libertarian Party. Okay? Which, on its face, you'll look at that and you go, oh, dude, what the fuck? What do you, love war? Like, who cares? They're getting whatever kind of, like, allyship they can. You're fucking wrong. They're doing the Fred Hampton thing. They're doing the Rainbow Coalition, Jesse Jackson thing, right? And that is, that's kind of their point. Their point is to like appear. Their point is to basically appear as though they're like a viable and genuine leftist opposition to the Democratic Party. But in many respects, they fall short of what is necessary. As far as I understand, I am not even super familiar with the People's Party, like I'll admit. Okay, this is what the actual forced to vote rally looked like on the corner of the Capitol in Washington, D.C. Yeah, and that's because I attacked them. That's because I criticized them. That's why me and Sam Cedar both. We criticized them, and that's why it didn't work out. Like, if we had actually backed the forced to vote stuff, we would have Medicare for all right now. But it was, myself and Sam Cedar who, stopped this dead in his tracks. And then, like, half of the fucking speakers at events that they throw became anti-Medicare for all later down the line. But, it's one of those things. There's plenty of fucking kooks in politics. There's plenty of cranks and plenty of kooks in the realm of politics. You got the LaRouche weirdos. You got the revolutionary communist weirdos, the Bobavakian. And then you got these guys who are, what is it like? They call them, some of the people call themselves like the Fred Hampton leftists or something. You don't need to know any of these. RBN is going to attack the fuck out of you after this. They do all the time. They do all the fucking time. It's completely ridiculous and completely irrelevant for the most part. It's actually really important that we call these grifter leftists out, or we will discredit our movement. Just Democrats and DSA have elected hundreds of actual socialist to office. Bernie got attention by challenging seriously for the nomination. Exactly. Like, I do agree with that. But these guys have never gotten, like, enough momentum for me to ever... These guys have never actually gotten enough momentum for me to, like, cover it seriously. Because every time I do briefly mention them, they go fucking crazy. They go bananas mode. Some of them, what was it? There was a guy who, like, wrote a poem about killing me. I think he was one of those guys. You guys remember? Wasn't there, like, one of their dudes actually wrote, like, a poem or something, like a haiku about, like, assassinating me or something? Yeah, that's why I don't talk about them, because they're fucking weird, gross, and unserious for the most part. But this will be great for them, because then they can cut this and then be like, Hasan is a champion of the Democratic Party. Hasan is, he works for the DNC. And then they can, like, I guess, they can get a little bit of promo out of that. The fact that the left doesn't have a viable alternative for president this election, that's not Bernie, says more about the current state of the left than it does anything else. I mean, yeah. Revcoms think you like wokeism and cancel culture and criticize it from a communist perspective. They also blasted you and sided with Anna on the pregnant people, woman erasure bullshit. Yeah. Well, they're also insane. So I'm not interested in them either. Most of them were mad because you didn't invite them to the Among Us AOC stream. Yeah, it's usually just like petty. It's usually just like petty personal squabbles that people have. And it's just cranks for the most part. It's cranks with like tiny audiences, and they're just basically out to fill their pockets a little bit. It's the type of party that is for, if you personally in your heart believe that like there will be a Reddit strike, for example, that you can like cultivate a general strike on Reddit without any strike funds, without any organizing, without like actually talking to fucking unions, without any of that stuff. If you think that you could just like do it on Reddit, that's the party for you. And there are plenty of fucking idiots like that who legitimately get behind it. And there are plenty of well-intentioned people that get scammed into believing that these guys have any sort of real momentum. But ultimately, they don't. And they spend most of their time doing shit like this, where they are like aligning with the Boogaloo Boys, you know? Okay. Last year, there was a sexual harassment incident involving the People's Party founder, Nick Brana, and a cover-up attempt by the party. What is this? The debunking of the perennial smear campaign against the People's Party and false allegations. Thread debunking, as Sabby Sab 2 aired audio of MPP board members on tape regarding reading punishments for Brana as a result of their investigation. Typically unsubstantiated, politically motivated claims don't equal punishment. Yeah, this is like really getting into the weeds of it. Like, I don't even care. It's just like, See, this is what I mean. It's fucking grifters. I hate that I like now need to learn more about them and talk more about them. I don't like it. These are like people that are unserious overall. Should we push for RFK Jr. to disrupt the party? Yeah. I remember reading something about that I thought was really funny. It was like, RFK Jr. is for, it might have been a Felix post. RFK Jr. is for the people who like old school, like Biden's old school politics, who and like the fact that Biden is constantly talking about his like old dead relatives. But now with Donald Trump's Donald Trump's claims to like unearth the JFK assassination files that will never actually end up happening. Here's that poem guy, lol.
I'm gonna go after Hasan Piker real quick. I have something to say to Hasan.
Okay.
Listen to me, big brother. Listen to me, brother. The people you're attacking are the people you depend on. We haul your trash. We cook your meals. We wait your tables. We make sure that your internet server is working correctly so that you can Twitch stream to all your 14-year-old girlfriends. We guard you while you sleep. Do not fuck with us. Anyway, if you guys want to have some good fun watching Hasan Piker's show, there is a way you can have fun watching Hasan Piker's show. It's the Hasan Piker drinking game. It's that every time he says the word or like, you take a shot.
You die.
And you will be fucking blitzed. You'll be fucking blitzed. You'll
die.
Into it, you'll be laughing your ass off if you're still... Yeah, exactly right. And the reason that he has so many...
Yeah, he did the Fight Club speech while fantasizing about like a supposedly 14-year-old audience of girls that I have, which is very strange.
14-year-old girls watching his show is because he speaks fluent 14-year-old girl. So anyway, in the words of Kyle Forrest Gump Kalinske, that's all I got to say about that.
All six have spent 39 hours this week watching HasanAbi. Oh yeah, that's the other part. Is like they watch a lot and then they get very upset. Ay. That was great. So much luck and much love. It's like, how do you fucking behave like that as a old ass adult? You know what I mean? As a grown ass man. All right. How many languages did Diggs speak? Okay. You underplayed how cringe that was going to be. Yeah. So, here are some additional questions we'd like to see Fauci answer under oath in public. Why was COVID made by the U.S. in a Chinese lab? Who authorized it inside and outside governments? Who was aware of this at the time? Congratulations, RFK Jr. You're a courageous leader whose environmental and vaccine advocacy has illuminated issues that few dare to confront. We look forward to learning more about your policies on war, single payer, corruption, finance, housing, and other topics. That said, the DNC will cheat any anti-establishment candidate who runs with them. Democratic Party presidential campaigns can only end in one way, as repeats of Bernie 2016 and 2020. The campaign itself can achieve some good, like raising awareness and exposing the party, but the outcome is fixed. In 2017, the DNC admitted in court that its primaries are a charade and that the party picks the nominee. In 2024, the party isn't even bothering with the pretense of impartiality anymore. In August, the executive director of the DNC said, "We're with Biden, period." In February, the DNC passed a resolution expressing its full and complete support for a second Biden term. They are already rearranging the primary schedule to manufacture a second Biden win. Biden told the DNC to replace Iowa with South Carolina as the first state, and they did it. The DNC controls the rules of the primary, and Biden controls the DNC. Biden handpicked DNC chairman Jamie Harrison 2 years ago. You know what's funny about this? A lot of what they're saying is correct. That's the saddest part about it. But, like, it's all in defense of RFK Jr. Like, if you're blue anon, but you also like QAnon, RFK Jr. is the guy for you. You know what I mean? Before they cheated you, though, they will force you to sign a loyalty oath pledging to endorse the eventual Democrat nominee, Joe Biden, the embodiment of the pro-mandate warmongering oligarchy, the epitome of the merger of corporation and state that you will seek to dismantle. If you refuse to sign the loyalty oath, they will bar you from running. If you agree to sign the loyalty oath, they will allow you to run on the condition that you funnel any anti-establishment energy that you generated back into the corrupt DNC that you opposed. Just like Bernie Sanders did twice. A DNC primary is not a race. It's a coronation. The only way to dismantle the merger between corporation and state is from outside the citadel of corruption as an independent. These are the same people who constantly cry about you being a Nepo baby, by the way. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's just very unserious.